Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So as you probably know, if you are like active in the doll community online, Monster High G3 is coming out with their second line of self-scare secrets dolls. What a tongue twister that is for me. Also, self-scare secrets. I'm gonna mess that up at some point for sure. But we have seen like leaked and also in-person pictures. Like these have been trickling into being available to order, and like people already have unboxing videos and stuff up, but we finally have stock photos. So I am here to talk about them today and give you all my opinions on them. They are just my opinions. If you disagree with every single thing I say, that's totally fine because they are ultimately just dolls. Just do be nice about that if you want to express it down below. Also, I do know that I have been making a lot of Monster High content lately. Some of that is just because that's like what we've been getting pictures for, and some of it is my own fault. I promise that I will talk about another doll brand at some point. It's just like I said, like part of it is just this is what we've been getting pictures for, and I have been wanting to talk about these dolls for one very specific reason. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So of course, Spectra is the reason that I'm like most excited for this line, but spoiler alert, she's actually not the only reason I'm excited for this line, most surprisingly, but obviously we're going to start with Spectra because those of you who have been here for a while will know I've been like a huge Spectra person since G1. Like she's just a very significant doll and character for me. And so I loved her, debut in G3 as well, but her debut apparently didn't go as well with some other people. Like it seemed like her core doll just didn't sell quite as well as Mattel wanted her to. And so there was a concern for a while that she might not get a doll at all. And it did take some time, but she's finally back. I know she also has a Buried Secrets doll that's coming out like in a similar time frame to this one, just depending on where in the world you live. Like, it's not necessarily consistent. It's not like worldwide suddenly these are available at the same time. But point is like roughly within the same time frame, she is getting a Buried Secrets doll. And I do like that doll. Like she's cute, but it was just one of those things where I've seen varying prices for the Buried Secrets dolls between like $15 to $18. I guess it's maybe like dependent on like your location, your store. I don't really know, but for me, I just thought that that was a little bit expensive for a doll that has like almost no articulation and the poly hair. Like I can sometimes handle one because even the self-scare Spectra that we're about to talk about has poly hair. But she at least has articulation. Like I can't handle no articulation and the poly hair, you know? And so the Buried Secret Spectra will not be coming home. And so that was a little bit hard to see, but this self-scare Spectra, oh my god, she is absolutely coming home. I love her. I'm so excited that she is getting another doll that isn't in a Buried Secrets line. Like, Buried Secrets is good for what it is. I know there are people who love those, and that's absolutely fabulous, but I'm just really excited that she's getting another doll that I actually want, that like I want to have of her. So yeah, this is what she looks like. I will say the stock photos are like not the best for showing everything that she comes with, but I will do my best. Before we get into that though, let's go ahead and look at her outfit here right quick. So Self-Scare Secrets as a line is supposed to be more of like loungewear slash a little bit pajama. It's like not quite pajama to me. It's like lounging around the house, but it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you would actively sleep in. So for Spectra's outfit, she has this little fleecy hoodie with some chain printing on there, and then this absolutely adorable skirt that is like the purple with a foil, like shimmery, shiny print on it, and then also the lace detailing in black at the hem of the skirt. I think that is just such an incredible piece. Like it looks good with what she has on. I also think that would go insane in restyles. Like it's just such a precious piece to me. I will pause though and say before we move on to the next picture, if you know me, you know that I vastly prefer when Spectra has a very cool toned purple color scheme. Like in G1, sometimes they were getting real pinky with her, and I hated it. I hate how that looks. Like, I just don't think that she looks good when she's in like these super pinky purples. This is as warm toned as I can tolerate, okay? Mattel, if anyone is listening, don't go further. Like, this is still good. I still think that she looks nice and cute here with these purples. Do not go warmer and make this shit more pink, okay? Let her just be the purple girl. Anyway, sorry for ranting. Let's go ahead and look at her shoes real quick. So here are her shoes with her socks. And I do believe that these have been confirmed by people who've gotten this doll already to be full socks. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong and I'm just like completely making that up, but I'm pretty sure that they're confirmed to be full socks, which is really lovely if I'm right. Because sometimes G3 does do like the not full socks, and it's just, I don't know, it's nice to have a doll shoe, a doll sock be an actual sock. And then the shoes themselves, it took me a little bit to warm up to them, but like the more pictures I've seen of her, the more I like these. I do think that the printing on the top is really, really cute with the purple and like the crisscross of chains. And then we also have painted detail on the like bigger chain that goes across the entirety of the shoe. Like they're not gonna make my top 10 list of like favorite Monster High shoes ever, but I do think that they look good with what she's wearing. And here is her cutie little face. She does have a side glance. This is not me like being on a high horse. This is just me like sharing an opinion. I don't like care about side glances versus front facing glances almost ever. Like it almost never matters to me, but I know that a lot of people really do like to have, like if they're getting multiple dolls of the same character, they like to have not only different makeup on the screenings, but like the eyes looking in different directions. So side glance Spectra for any of you who are like, in that camp of people who like to collect dolls that are sort of looking in different directions. I will say you can't like really see it from this picture, but the way that her hair is done to me is a little bit weird. Like the piece that's swooped over to the side ever so slightly is tied back into the ponytail, almost like a lot of Bratz dolls are. But with Bratz dolls, they will have the bang piece that swoops all the way around to the like base of the skull at the back of the head, and then it's tied there and then connected into the ponytail so that it stays very like sleek and cutesy. This one is swooped off to the side and then like at her temple is gathered and then is swooped into the ponytail, so it has like a weird little shape to it. I know I'm really not describing that well. I'm so sorry. But that does kind of bother me. However, I can fix that. I don't mind having to like restyle her hair just a little bit, and it's totally worth it to have a Spectre doll. Also, I just completely glossed over her makeup because I'm a fool. But she does have tiny painted chain detailing above like the crease of her eyelid. And I just think that is so fun. Like that's just so cutie patootie. We can see that she has instead of earrings, we have in the earring hole a little like AirPod or earbud type situation so that she can listen to music, because you probably spotted it in that first image that we looked at. She does come with a record player, which is adorable. And then the other big thing with this Spectra is that she does have different hands that are also a brand new hand mold. So all of the fingers are completely separate, and her hands are pure white as opposed to being clear like in her core doll, like her, normal state. So they're all white because her gimmick is nails. We will look at all like the nail stuff in a second here. I mean, you can even see in this image that she's like filing her fingernails, and she does have purple nails painted on. I I like the clear hands better. The white hands don't bother me enough for it to be like a detriment to the doll. And I have seen people say, because like the reason that they're white and the reason that they're all spread is again because of the nail thing. Like her whole thing is that she's doing her nails. And like I have seen people be like, oh, well, she could have had the clear hands and still had the painted nails. And that is true. I just can see where maybe that wouldn't read quite as clearly as the painted nails do on the pure white hands. Like it might be a little bit more visually confusing, especially for kids who like this is the target audience for. So would I prefer her to have her clear hands? Yes, and especially in future releases, like assuming that she gets to continue to get more dolls. I really do want to see the return of the clear hands for Spectra just because I think that's a super fun element to her overall character design. But for this one and one time only, I'm not upset about it. I think actually her Buried Secrets also had white hands, but that was like a budgety thing. I don't know. This time I get it and I can handle it. Anyway, though, her accessories. So, like I said, I couldn't, like, I just feel like the stock images, first of all, I don't have the same stock images for all three characters in this line. Like for the other two, Chloe, oh my God, Cleo and Frankie, I didn't see pictures of like just their shoes, like details of their shoes. So this I just felt like was a good representation of what Spectre comes with, but I don't think, yeah, I mean, you can't see the record player in this one. So like this isn't all of her images or all of her accessories in here, but you can get the gist and you can see a lot of them. So she does come with a face mask and like a little caboodle kit. She's got some bottles of nail polish as well as tiny little nail clippers and that nail file that was in the like picture of her face. She also has a little tablet where she's like watching a podcast or a video or something like that. And then she's got a UV light that she has her hand stuck in to cure the gel on her nails. And I just think that is so stinking cute. I truly like don't know what it is because generally speaking, I don't consider myself an accessories person. Like I will take them if they come with a doll and, like they can be cute, but generally that's not a huge selling point for me on a doll. On this one, like the accessories are just amping her up to such a next level. Like I would have liked her anyway because I was hopeful to like her because it's Spectra and then I do think that her outfit is really cute, but just something about the accessories and everything feels so complete and so detailed. Honestly, maybe that's it. Is it's kind of reminding me of like old school like 2000s brats that would come with just an exorbitant amount of accessories. Like you would get the lip gloss and the nail polish and the cell phones and like so many different little accessories. And I think that I'm feeling a little bit of that with like this Spectra, but also this entire line of self scare, which we'll see as we start to look at the other two dolls. I think it's just that the illusion is so complete and the immersion is so complete. If they wanted to have her doing her nails, they could have not included the record player for her to be listening to music while she does it, or not included this little like podcast situation. They even could have gotten away with just doing nail polish bottles and not doing the UV light or like the clippers and everything like that. Like they just included so many extra accessories that really are like, oh, this is everything you would need to do your nails. And it just feels so realistic, is the only word that I can think of, even though that obviously sounds a little bit silly talking about a line of monster characters. But it just feels more realistic and more like almost lived in. And something about it is just so cutie patootie for me. Like, it's just absolutely adorable. But I have gushed about Spectra quite a bit. So now we need to pivot into the surprising part because, again, for those of you who know me, you know I love Spectra. So it makes sense that for a loungewear slash borderline pajama doll line, I would be okay with her because I love Spectra. And so you could kind of see her as the exception to my rule because generally speaking, what I don't like is pajama lines. However, I actually also love both of the other dolls in this second wave of self scare. So let's go ahead and take a look at Frankie. So Frankie is probably my least favorite out of the three, but I still think that they are like obscenely adorable. So that tells you a lot, I think, about how much I enjoy this line. To look at the like base doll and the base outfit that they're wearing, minus their face, because we do have a closer up picture of that. They're wearing a, again, like a sort of like fleecy top, although theirs looks less like a hoodie. There's sort of a collar situation going on there with the, I almost said green. I'm really fumbling my words today with the blue and pink lightning bolts. I know that pink on Frankie has been contentious for me. There are times that I think it's done well and times that I think it's done absolutely terribly. I do think this is a good time. And honestly, maybe it's just the amount of pink because they have accents, but it's not like a primary color necessarily. It doesn't feel like it's taking away. Anyway, though, they have a green watch, it looks like. The shorts are my least favorite part. I like the fabric of the shorts themselves, the black with the like silver. It looks like it's foiled based on this image. So again, like shimmery print to it with the lightning bolts and the stitches. I think it's like the yellow serge trim at the end that is throwing me off just because I don't know, it doesn't even quite match the yellow like of their watch because their watch is a little bit more of a greeny yellow. I guess they've got yellow on some of their other accessories, which we'll get to in a second here. But I just think that it doesn't quite match the rest of the outfit. So I might give them different bottoms. That's single-handedly why I'm like, this is my least favorite of the trio of dolls for this line. But I still think that they're so cute because I love the top that they have. And then the little mismatched leg warmers, one blue, one pink. Shut up. Like, Are we joking? Frankie for this line has a like slightly darker blue prosthetic leg, and then it looks like they might be wearing Crocs or like Croc adjacent shoes. Again, I don't have a close-up picture that's a stock photo of their shoes, and frankly, I haven't seen one out like in the wild anyway. But I think that they look a little bit like Crocs, and I don't know, I just think their outfit is so, so cute. But let's go ahead and look at the accessories also. So with Spectra, she had the nails was like the primary thing to me, and then also the music was sort of like a secondary thing. So with Frankie, the primary thing for them is hair dyeing, and then the secondary thing is that they have a little like not switch, but definitely a switch. So there's like a face mask, there's some stickers, this again, I'm just gonna call it a switch and a carrying case, some headphones. Then we also have a like caboodle carrying case for all the hair dye stuff. Did I already say that they come with a mask? Sorry, again, I'm sort of a mess. But they come with a mask as well. With the hair stuff though, there's a hair dryer, two little like bottles, I guess is the best word that I can use, of hair dye, one blue and one pink, which this is going to sound so silly, but I'm so grateful that the colors actually match the colors that they gave this doll for their hair, because we have certainly gotten, maybe not like within recent history, but like I know I've seen before dolls that have like a lipstick accessory that is a completely different color than the color of the doll's lips. And so I just like that they're really keeping the consistency with that. We also have a bowl for the hair dye where they have put both the blue and the pink in the bowl. Risky maneuver. If you've dyed your hair before, you know that's, usually you would do one color per bowl. At least, you know, that's what I've seen. I guess maybe if you're a professional, whatever, it doesn't matter. Point is, though, I do think it's cute that they have like a little mixing bowl. They also have a brush for applying the dye to their hair, as well as a little electric razor to shave their undercut and like the side shave. Are we joking? Are we joking? That is so, it's just top tier. And then to pull it all together, they even come with a second pair of hands that are in a black plastic to serve as gloves to protect their hands while they're dyeing their hair. And one of them has pink splatters and one of them has blue splatters. And I just think this shit is so cute that it actually hurts. Like my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling so hard. I just think this is so, it's just so adorable. Like, I know I said that I think Frankie is my least favorite, but honestly, the more I talk about them, the more I'm like, maybe they're not my least favorite. Maybe Cleo is, because my thing is that I have really connected to Frankie and G3. They're non-binary. I'm non-binary. Like I know that that's just one like aspect of both of our identities, but it like ties in. And in the live action, especially from G3, I thought that they were very like autism coded, which I relate to. I do see a little bit of that in the animation as well, but like especially in the live action. So I think that helped me really enjoy them. And I like their look better this gen. I know that's contentious, but like, I don't know. G3 made me fall in love with Frankie. And then as someone who also dyes my own hair at home, and has done since I was in high school, and has literally made my hair every color of the rainbow at some point. Like, I just feel so connected to this doll, and I just love them so much. Like, I'm just so excited. And again, I think the accessories are really leveling this up. Like, Frankie is in a cute outfit, but it's the accessories that again just make them feel so like alive. And I just love it. But we do still have to look at their face and their hair. So let's do that. So on the box art for these dolls, it did look like Frankie had an undercut as opposed to a side shave this time around. This image is like it's a half side shave, but I can't tell if they still have an undercut. And I haven't seen pictures. I'm not really going out of my way to find like in-person pictures because I'm excited about these dolls and I already know that I want them. So like I'm not, if I see them, that's great, but I'm not like going out of my way for it. So I'm not sure if it's like an undercut also. But either way, I think that this is absolutely adorable. I really do like this color of blue that they've chosen for Frankie. Obviously, it sucks that these dolls have polypropylene. Like, I don't know, I feel like that doesn't need to be said. Like, at this point, I feel like we all know that, like, it really sucks that G3 consistently uses polypropylene and that, like, Mattel in general consistently uses polypropylene for their lower budget dolls. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not fun, but boy howdy is this color really pretty. And I love that streak of black at the front. Like that just ooh, that looks so so good. And then the side shave slash undercut is pink and it's just I love the colors. I think that they're really really successful in this one. I don't know. I just think that they look really well balanced and really pretty with Frankie's like skin and face and everything. With the face, is this a modified Hollywood screening for Frankie? Am I crazy? I feel like I've seen people saying that, but then I'm looking at them and I'm like, it doesn't look exactly like that. So maybe I'm just absolutely bonkers. Either way, I think this is a very, very pretty screening for Frankie. This blue lip, so good. There's like some pink eyeshadow that fades in. I can't tell what the design is for their eyeshadow. There's like something printed in there and I can't tell what it is, but I can tell you that they look cute. I don't know. I'm easily pleased. I just think they're precious. But let's get to the girlfriend Cleo. Oddly enough, for Cleo, I don't have like a facial close up. So we're going to be spending a lot of time looking at this image in particular. Side note though, isn't it so, so cute that like Frankie and Cleo are a couple and they're in this line together? I just think there's something really precious about that. So to look at Cleo, once again, I feel like in the last couple of videos I've been mentioning like modified screenings a lot. I don't know. I can't help it. I feel like that's what Monster High is doing, is like using modified screenings. Because this is quite similar to her Monster Fest screening. I'm not mad about it. I think that doll is absolutely stunning. So having like a similar screening, completely fine for me. So for Cleo's little like fuzzy top situation that she's got going on, it looks like it is a snake print happening here. And then she has a darker blue short because the shirt is like a nice light blue with a yellow print. And then the dark blue short has this really, really gorgeous like tassel trim to it, which just something about that does inherently feel very Cleo to me. Like it just feels accurate. Then she also has leg warmers, sort of like Frankie, except Frankie's were a lot looser and kind of chunkier and a little more cutesy. These I like specifically for Cleo. I think on any other doll I would not really be vibing with how these are sitting, but they are sort of giving bandages to me. Like it's I don't know, something about the way they're like folding down and everything. It sort of looks like loose mummy wraps. And so it does work for me for Cleo. And then she does have some sandals with like the little toe ring and everything. I don't know. I think that they're quite cute. With this doll, she comes with, I would say, almost more like three different types of accessories. As we've established, Spectra had two main things going on, nails and music. And then Frankie also had two main things going on. They had gaming and their hair. Cleo has the like ring light tripod situation and her phone. So she's like streaming whatever she's doing is sort of the vibe that I'm getting. But then she also comes with makeup and also a pottery wheel. So I do think that she's sort of got maybe one too many things going on, but it doesn't, I don't know, like I'm saying that and I'm critiquing her, but it doesn't necessarily detract for me personally. So when it comes to her accessories, she comes with the face mask again. She's got her little caboodle kit. She has an eyeshadow palette with like the place that would be the mirror has a printed image of like Cleo's face with her applying the makeup, which I don't know. I think that maybe I would have preferred the mirror, but also that is low key a little bit adorable. So I can't quite decide. And then she's got like a bunch of different like brushes and she has like the eyelash curler going on there, which is all really, really pretty. And then she has stickers and then her pottery wheel and her little, it looks like a canopic jar, but like it goes on the pottery wheel. And we do have a slightly better image of that. So you can see here how you can apply the stickers to the jar and then make it look like Cleo is like painting them on, which is super duper precious. I just think, I can't believe I literally said in this video that I think Frankie is my least favorite because now as I'm talking, like it's definitely Cleo because I think that she's just maybe the least cohesive of the bunch. Again, still like her, still want her. But yeah, I think that she's just a little bit less cohesive because the pottery thing, like music and nails goes hand in hand. You're doing your nails, you're listening to your tunes, that makes sense. The video games and the hair dye also make sense to me because like when you dye your hair, you dye it and then you have to sit there for like 30 minutes at least, sometimes significantly longer to let it set in and let it like do its dyeing thing. So of course, yeah, it makes sense that you're going to play video games while you're waiting for your hair to be done. Maybe the headphones were a little silly because like you're not going to put headphones over your freshly dyed hair or like the dye in your hair, but it makes more sense to me why those things could go together. Whereas this is like, why is she doing pottery and also her makeup? Like that one just doesn't quite hit right for me. I think that the pottery thing would have been a lot cuter if Cleo had gotten that accessory in like a fear book line, like if she were part of an upcoming fear book line and she were in like the art club. I think that would have been cute for her to get to be a little like pottery focused art club member. And I just think it would have made a little more sense because like you're painting your face, but also painting the pottery. Is that the tie in? Because frankly, as someone who, like has painted before, that was such a weird way to put that. I'm not like a pottery person. It doesn't mesh well with my long nails, but like I paint and I draw and stuff. And I can tell you that is high key dangerous to be mixing similar projects together. The most famous example, like ask any painter, having like a coffee cup and then also a paint water cup, very, very dangerous game to be playing. Like you are unfortunately quite likely to either stick your paintbrush in the coffee cup or accidentally drink paint water. And so I'm just thinking like with Cleo, she definitely would accidentally be like trying to put on eyeliner and then be using like a glaze, or vice versa, put makeup on the pot and then it all fires off in the kiln and then like nothing is on the pot. Maybe I'm just reading into this too much, but I do like, while I like both sets of accessories, I think the makeup is cute and then I do think that the pottery wheel is really adorable. I just don't think that they go together and I don't think they make a ton of sense. Also, I'm really popping off now, so sorry. Like all of the other activities, nails, music, hair, video games, makeup, those all make sense within a lounging line. Those are lounging activities. Like you're just chilling out in your bedroom, like vibing, doing your thing. Pottery is messy. Like pottery is something that you generally do in like a studio or in a dedicated little area, like that gets messy. It just doesn't feel like a lounge activity to me. Can it be relaxing? Absolutely. But I don't know, it doesn't feel like it fits in as much. Sorry, I've talked about that for literally way too long. The other thing I wanted to touch on with this image is looking at Cleo's hair. So in the box art, it looks like super wavy, almost crimped. And then even in this picture, like there is a good bit of wave to it. However, the in-person pictures that we've seen, definitely she's not looking quite as good. I don't think that the poly is helping her in that regard. I know, was it shoot. I think that I've had a doll with crimped polypropylene hair before, and that was like a little bit better. But this with the subtle wave, I feel like poly just doesn't necessarily work as well for a like wave specifically. I wish they had gone full in with crimps. I think that that could have been really fun. I'm also just always a proponent for crimped hair. So honestly, with her, I could see myself rerouting her. I'm not someone, obviously, again, no judgment if you are. I'm not someone who reroutes every doll that I have with Polly just because like I don't have the energy for that. And I figure if the hair starts disintegrating, then I can reroute the doll. This is one that I might reroute preemptively and give her crimped hair because I just think that that'd be really cute. Like I love crimps anyway, and a Cleo with some good crimps could be really really fun. I also know a lot of people have been bringing up the fact that Cleo is not getting a whole lot of hair like color diversity in G3. Like, I mean, Spectra only has a couple of dolls, and I think all of her dolls have a slightly different blend. Certainly speaking, her core doll versus the self-scared doll that we talked about today have completely different hair colors. They're both purple, but they're completely different colors of purple and completely different styles and different lengths versus like Cleo consistently gets this exact color of blue, and there's not like the most variety. So again, I think it would have been really cool to see at least a different texture with the crimps. Like they attempted it with the waves, but it's just not sticking necessarily. I don't really know, but point being, I will probably end up rerouting mine and probably end up giving her crimps and a little bit more of a actual hair blend. But even still, like I said, I've been like being a little mean to her. I still think she's really cute. I just, as I've talked my thoughts out loud, I do think she's probably the weakest of the lineup to me personally. All of that being said, though, I am in fact obsessed. Could you tell by the fact that I talked about these dolls for 30 minutes so far? I just love this. I think the unique accessories are really, really standing out with this line of Self Scare. I know that they did that with the last line. I just feel like maybe they could have pushed it a tiny bit further with the accessories in Wave 1. And also, I definitely like the outfits better for Wave 2 here. I just think that these are phenomenal to the point where, in all fairness, I will say I do think I've been feeling myself shift a little bit in terms of my like dolly interests because historically speaking, I've not been super fascinated by the idea of setting up the dioramas or scenes or anything like that for my dolls. It's just not been like my thing, and I do feel myself getting a tiny bit more into that. Like I've been feeling a hint of the itch. These are severely fueling that. Like I genuinely want to find a way to display all of these dolls. I need to get like some little chairs or something, some furniture, so that they can all be hanging out getting ready for something all together, like where they're all just doing different stuff to get ready. I just think that concept is so cute, and I'm being sold so successfully with these accessories on the concept of them like hanging out and getting ready and having like a little scene put together. I don't know. So I really want to do like an interesting, cool display for these characters and for this lineup. I love them. I'm obsessed with them, and I do in fact want all three of these dolls. So I was so excited that we finally got some stock pictures, even though again, like the stock pictures are not perfect. Can't see Cleo's makeup very clearly. But enough stock pictures for me to be able to talk about these because I've been so excited, and I cannot wait for them to either hit stores or hit Amazon. Because I personally don't want to buy them from like Entertainment Earth or anywhere. Again, if you do, like that's dandy for you. It's just I'm just gonna wait until they're in a retailer that I buy from more, and at a retailer that I can either get them in person or that I don't have to pay for shipping, because paying for shipping is my mortal enemy, actually. I don't know why. Anyway, though, I've talked enough, I think, about these dolls. Clearly, I'm very excited. Cannot wait to have them in my hands, but I would love to turn it over to you all and get your opinion. Do you like these as much as I do? Who is your favorite? All of that jazz. Just let me know how you are feeling in the comments down below. But that is going to be it for me for today, y'all. I do hope you were able to enjoy. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.